Talking about how shitty Democrats are doesn't matter. They're not in power anymore. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And it matters because they're going to try to rewrite history about how they governed and what they did leading up to this moment in order to get money from you and try to get you to care and elect them in 2026 and 2028. It's actually incredibly important that you be educated about who they are, what they do, and what their patterns are as they come around with hat in hand asking you to organize for them and give them money. Here's Hakeem Jeffries, who is the fucking leader of the House, saying that, what are you going to do, man? What can they do? They're not in power.
I'm trying to figure out what leverage we actually have. What leverage do we have? They control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. It's their government. What leverage do we have?
That's your resistance, folks. Those are the people that are supposed to be fighting on your behalf. I love the Chiron. Democrats plot first major attack on the MAGA agenda. You call that an attack? That is the most pathetic surrender I've ever seen. What's the plan to take on the MAGA agenda by the Democrats anyway? Going to Silicon Valley and kissing the ring of all the tech billionaires to be like, let's not be mad at each other. Please still stand our side and give us money. Mend fences. And don't be tempted to think that they've learned anything or done any self-reflection about how they're going to correct this moving forward. Because when asked about their plan on how to take back the House in 2026, we gotta reach toward the center. Is this a joke? Is this an actual joke? This is literally more cowbell. This is what they try every time. Every fucking time. That's how you know. That's how I know they don't want to win. That's how I know that they've got absolutely zero fucking interest in winning, that they don't want to win, that they're fine that they lose, that they love being in the minority, they love being controlled opposition. There is no fucking way any serious person who just had your ass handed to you by doing exactly that and have been running this playbook since the fucking 90s would seriously say that. Also, what does it even mean to act toward the center? She ran an incredibly conservative campaign. What they mean by that is more corporatism, more billionaire money. It's important that people look at what they're saying. Look at what they're actually saying, because they can say, oh, we really care about winning and we really care about pushing back on Trump's agenda and we're going to be resistance and we're going to try to take back the House, give us money. Then you look at what they're actually saying. Look at what they're actually saying and what they're actually doing. And you will quickly see that they are doing nothing different. This is the same fucking losing the football shit as it always is. You can look at every single action taken since this election happened, from the things that Hakeem Jeffries is saying now to them making that Ken Martin guy the head of the DNC saying, yeah, we're going to do nothing different. We love billionaires. To the fact that they just fundamentally don't care about winning. Like, they don't actually care about winning. And when they do, what have they done? They will say that they're in opposition to Trump, and then they don't undo any of some of the worst things that he did. Think about all the things that Democrats promised that they were going to undo that Trump did in his first administration that they didn't. Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem during his term. Democrats made no effort. They didn't even talk about it, moving it back. Trump ripped up the Iran deal when he got into office. Democrats made no effort to put it back. They claim, remember how they claimed that they were going to reverse his tax cuts for the rich when they came in? They were going to fight that. They never even brought it up again. It never even came up. Remember how they said that they were going to give a public option? Yeah, that also never even came up. I really like the way that Caitlin Johnstone, who is a writer, put it in her latest piece about Democrats suddenly realizing that a genocide and ethnic cleansing is happening in Gaza, and how much they love, how excited they are, and relieved that they finally get to say, oh, look, it's Trump doing it, and ignore the fact that Democrats are the ones that have been overseeing and facilitating this Holocaust for 15 months.
Democrats are as happy as a pig in shit right now. Suddenly they get to pretend all the unfathomable evils their president inflicted upon our world never happened, just because there's a different president doing bad things who people are feeling big feels about. They wanted to lose. They're overjoyed that they don't have to be the face on the U.S. empire's depravity anymore, and that it's no longer their job to make excuses for it. They're getting everything they want out of the present arrangement, because liberals don't actually care about fixing problems and making the world a better place. They only care about feeling good about themselves. Their politics is never actually about anything other than their feelings, and Biden was making their feelings feel bad. Trump lets them feel smug and vindicated and correct. He also lets them feel outraged and indignant, and they enjoy that too. But it's all bullshit. No matter what Trump says or does, or how he and his goons make people's feelings feel, it will still be a historical fact that Biden and his handlers spent 15 months facilitating a campaign of extermination and demolition in Gaza, which could not have happened without U.S. backing. It will still be a historical fact that Biden and his handlers pushed Ukraine into an unwinnable war that the U.S. and its allies knowingly provoke in order to advance geostrategic grand chessboard agendas, sabotaging potential peace negotiations and threatening the world with nuclear annihilation along the way. It will still be a historical fact that Biden kept in place many of the ugly policies put in place during the first Trump administration and actively expanded and added to them. It's important to point this out because Democrats are posturing as opponents of tyranny and abuse right now, and they aren't. They are allies of tyranny and abuse, who LARP as righteous defenders of truth and justice whenever the other tyrannical and abusive party happens to be in power. Their behavior during the Trump administration shows you how they wish to be perceived, but their behavior during the Biden administration showed you who they really are.
Just think about what they're promising next time they ask you for money, which is nothing.